Hey guys, it's Travis. Today I'm going to show you how to build a rabbit cage, a basic, simple wire rabbit cage. Things you're going to need, the cage clips. Most people call them J clips. And it's just a little piece of metal here shaped like a J. It's going to bind the wire together. So get those. You're going to need the J clip pliers, okay? You need something to cut the wire with, so some wire cutters, tape measure. Your materials for the bottom, I like to go with a 1 inch by 1/2 inch galvanized wire. The manure will fall through this easy, so that's why I like going with this one. For the side wire and the top wire, I like to use 1 inch by 2 inch, but unfortunately they didn't have any 1 inch by 2 inch at the store today, so I'm just gonna have to make the top out of the bottom wire. To make it a little quicker, because that's a lot of wire to cut, another option, I'm gonna use my grinder. So of course, using a grinder, don't forget your eye protection, ear protection. That's really all the materials you need. So let's go ahead and get started. When laying this out, I like to go ahead and bend it upwards, flatten this piece out, and just start rolling it this way. That way it's not going to spring up into your face. You don't want that. Well, since this is 1/2 inch squares, you could just measure it by counting those. I'm going to use a tape measure. So the width of the cage is going to be 3 foot wide, and it's by 30 inches deep. Okay, so this wire is 30 inches already, so I'm just going to measure out 3 foot and cut it. Okay, so we need 2 of those for the top and the bottom. Okay, so there's my top and bottom piece. Easy enough, right? Okay, so the sides, the actual height of the cage is going to be 16 inches. And so I'm going to cut the 2 side pieces out of this at 16 inches. So I got my 2 side pieces cut. Now I'm going to cut the back piece, and I'm going to cut it out of this wire as well. Of course, the back needs to be 3 foot and 16 inches. So I might have a little bit of waste of wire, but I'll utilize it somewhere. Now I need to cut the front piece, and what I'm going to cut the front piece out of is actually, I have some 1 inch by 1 inch wire. Just be a little nicer to see the rabbits through instead of the smaller wire. Okay, so we've got our pieces cut. Again, this is 30 inches deep, 3 foot wide, and 16 inches tall. All we're doing is making a wire box right now. What I like to do is start off putting the corners, all the corners together first, and then I'll put the J clips every 2-3 inches. How you use these pliers: take the J clip. You can use it one of two ways. You can either put the J part here on the single prong. If you do that, you can get in between the smaller wire. On the bigger wire, like say a 1-inch wire, you can just hold it like that. But for most of this, I'm probably going to be using it like this. That way it can get into that wire, hook it around both pieces of wire, and squeeze it tight, and it'll just wrap around it and hold it there. So let me show you. Put the J clip there, and then squeeze it tight. It's gonna curl around, and it looks just like that. Simple enough, right? And so then I'm gonna go on these 1-inch squares, every other one. When you're choosing your bottom wire, what the rabbit's feet are gonna sit on, you wanna make sure you have, let's see, on this, in this case, these vertical lines facing up, because there's more wires going across the top here. So it's a little easier on the rabbit's feet. So we got the cage built. Fits perfectly. The one thing on the bottom of these cages I might mention is you might want to put a support bar across the bottom to help hold the bottom. We have our shelf here, so that'll hold the bottom good enough. But if you have really heavy rabbits, you'll probably want to put a support bar in there and just tie it with tie wire. So what we have to do now is put in the finishing touches here. Like I said, I like to use the resting mats, so we're going to borrow one from Oreo here for Sugar's cage for now, until I get a couple more resting mats. We have to put in the feeder and of course the door. So I already cut a 14-inch by 14-inch piece, and so that's going to be my door. The hole I'm going to make is going to be a 12-inch by 12-inch hole, and then we'll put the door on. Okay, so for this one, I actually went over 6 inches from the end. I went up 2 inches. I made my 12-inch cut, 12 inches up and 12 inches across, and I left 2 inches on the top. So 2 inches on the top, 2 inches on the bottom. I'm actually going to have it where I put the hinges here. I'm going to have the hinges 2 inches from the edge of the opening. And then I'm going to take the J-clips and just put the J-clips on here, so that way they'll act as hinges. Show you how I do this here. So up at the top, I kind of split the difference on a square here, and I put one J-clip above and one J-clip below. That way it's going to hold the door right where I want it. And then I'm going to put a couple more J-clips in, so that way, like I said, it'll act as a hinge. And so there you go. For the door latch, what I'm going to use for right now, I'm going to get, just like I have over on these cages, just a spring. Okay, so my J-feeders are 5-inch J-feeders. When you get the J-feeders, you do want to make sure you have the screen bottom. And since these are 5-inch, I'm actually going to cut the wire 5.5 inches over. Hey, Sugar. Hey, Sugar, you want to check out your new apartment? There you go. Let's go check it out, sugar. Okay. Here's your new apartment, sugar. There you go. There you go. For more rabbit information, check out my website at highlandrabbitry.weebly.com. And if you would like, comment, and subscribe, that would be awesome. And thanks for watching my video.